David Benavidez. It looks like he could be fighting Canelo Alvarez next if he's successful against Kyron Davis. And also, there are some promotional stuff that's being slung around as well. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. So we have some interesting news here. As undefeated fighter and former two-time WBC champion, David Benavidez is having a fight coming up this weekend against Kyron Davis. If David Benavidez is successful against Kyron Davis, we could potentially see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. If Canelo Alvarez is willing to take the fight. Now my fault, guys. Canelo Alvarez stated out of his own mouth that he didn't want to fight Mexicans, but if it comes down to a business standpoint, he will fight David Benavidez because he have no choice, because business, at the end of the day, business is business. But with that being said, there have some rumor talks that a promotional company promotional stuff is looking to be started soon as David Benavidez win this fight with Canelo Alvarez. No, not Canelo Alvarez. My fault, guys. With Kyron Davis, and which I think he's going to knock out Kyron Davis. But they're going to start promotions early for this fight. They want to build this fight up for Cinco de Mayo week. So this fight will be taking place next year around summertime. I cannot wait. Now, the question begs to differ is that does David Benavidez have all the tools to beat Canelo Alvarez? No. And here's why, okay? David Benavidez is a come-forward, rock'em style robot fighter, just like George Foreman, okay? The only difference is David Benavidez has hand speed and power, okay? He gets hit a lot. We've seen David Benavidez got dropped with the jab. We know a fighter that's a boxer puncher will give David Benavidez a lot of problems with the jab. Now, David Benavidez is a good fighter. A lot of people already have him losing this fight already. And Canelo, we haven't ever seen Canelo really been tested with power since Jose Cotto fought him. And now, could David Benavidez be that guy to put Canelo on Bambi legs with the power that David Benavidez has? I'm not sure. I think it's going to be a super action-packed fight. I think that the only way David Benavidez is going to win is he's got to tighten up on his defense, and he has to do what he has been doing great. And I can't knock David Benavidez for this. He's very good at wearing your opponent down. He's very good at throwing those punches that you don't see, and he's good at wearing the opponent down, especially. I mean, he can wear Canelo Alvarez down, but we know that Canelo Alvarez's stamina has been proving better over time. So this is going to be tough for David Benavidez. But does David Benavidez have a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez? I don't know, guys. I think that I have Canelo Alvarez by knockout by 9th round. I just don't think that David Benavidez has enough tools, okay? Because if you throw all those punches, eventually Canelo's going to catch you with something big. And we never really seen David Benavidez been chin tested. David Benavidez looked like he has a chin. But the question is that how would his body react when Canelo hit him with a big left hook and body shot to the right hook? You know, it's just everything in this fight could go wrong for David Benavidez. I hope David Benavidez can really back up all the trash he's been talking. He said that Canelo Alvarez, when he had the belt, he didn't want to fight him, and and he basically said Canelo ducked him. Well, now you're going to get your fight that you're looking for. You're going to get the absolute best of Canelo Alvarez in this fight. But let's bring up this point, guys. If David Benavidez is successful, he will be the second Mexican descent to hold all 4 major sanctioned body belts as well. So David Benavidez will be making history. So the question is, what is next for David Benavidez if he's successful against Canelo Alvarez? A lot of people would like to see him move up to 175 to fight Arthur Beterbiev. I would like to see him move up to 175. I just think he's too big for 168. But David Benavidez, you know, he's back in the gym. You know, he's staying disciplined in the sport of boxing. He's staying focused, and he can make 168 no problem. But a big guy like David Benavidez, I want to see David Benavidez go to 175. I just think he's too big. David Benavidez actually has a good shot becoming a cruiserweight. He could have a good shot winning the title in light heavyweight and cruiserweight because he's just big and he has the arm reach to compete at higher levels. Now heavyweight, that's a different story. But David Benavidez is a big guy. I wish them best of him fighting Canelo Alvarez. I just don't think he's ready. People are already hyping him up enough that he thinks that he could beat Canelo Alvarez. I just don't think that he could beat Canelo Alvarez. I think that he's in it for a payday, guys. I truly believe that he's in it for a payday, just like Caleb Plant. You know, Caleb Plant, you know, he wanted the payday as well, but at least Caleb Plant didn't back down. At least Caleb Plant was the toughest outing for Canelo Alvarez. He almost went the distance until he got caught and get knocked out. But I don't think David Benavidez is going to go the distance. Now, David Benavidez goes the distance with Canelo Alvarez, and we all know he's not going to get a decision. We all know he's going to lose on the cards. But David Benavidez, I will give him this. He has the highest chance of knocking Canelo Alvarez out. Canelo Alvarez can be knocked out, okay? Jose Cotto almost knocked out Canelo Alvarez. He just wasn't skilled enough to land the cleaner punches on Canelo Alvarez when he was trying to work his way on the inside. And Canelo Alvarez at that time was not the best Canelo Alvarez. The now Canelo Alvarez, he's the best. So if David Benavidez just land one punch that Canelo Alvarez doesn't see, or make him miss, make him pay, which I don't think David Benavidez is going to do that. David Benavidez is going to knock out Canelo Alvarez if he lands the right shot, okay? Somebody's going to get knocked out this fight. Canelo Alvarez could get knocked out, or David Benavidez could get knocked out. This is what makes it an interesting fight. Me personally, I have not David Benavidez. I have Canelo Alvarez by 8th round knockout. I think David Benavidez' defense, I don't think he's going to tighten up on his defense. He throws punches with caution with the wind. And I just don't think that he's not going to be able to catch Canelo Alvarez. And David Benavidez doesn't like to use the jab a lot. He doesn't like to use the jab. I think he only uses the jab to start out his combinations, in my opinion. But I just think Canelo Alvarez eventually is going to caught him and wear him down as well. But with that being said, guys, it is... Oh, one more thing, guys. Recap. Promotional stuff will be starting if David Benavidez look convincingly successful against Kyron Davis, which I think he will. And be expecting Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez on Cinco de Mayo week next year. But with that being said, if it all goes right, with that being said, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.